Hi guys, welcome to a brand new week. It is currently a Sunday. Oh damn it, I'm not sure of the date. I should always check, shouldn't I, before I start? Normally I do, but I didn't. It's the 20th, Sunday the 20th of July, and I hope everyone's doing alright. You're currently sat on my steering wheel. I'm about to go to work. I'm working all day today, pretty much, starting at 11, working until 6 this evening. So it's a bit of a long day, but should all be good. Shouldn't be too bad. Fingers crossed, anyway. I'll see you a bit later on. There's nothing really for me to mention at the moment, I don't think. So, yeah, I shall see you later. It's Tuesday the 22nd of July. How are we all? Hope everyone's doing alright. We're not going anywhere today. I've just taken my sister to work. And I've just arrived home. It's a pretty good drive, doing some stuff I don't normally do, getting on the dual carriageways and stuff like that, going a little bit faster than what I normally would. That doesn't mean I'm going faster than the speed limit, that just means whereas normally I'm on roads that are 30, I was motoring around on 50 and 40 roads and stuff like that, which is good. You know, it's good to get out there and do some different things and sort of expand your horizons a bit, get some practice doing some different stuff. So that's basically why I sort of offered to take my sister to work, really. Partly out of brotherly love, but also just so I can be doing something different rather than just going to and from O'Neill's. So done something a bit different today, which is good. That means today hasn't been a waste. But I'm now getting very warm sat in this car, so I'm going to go inside and be very warm inside instead. And I'm going to have some lunch as well, because it's almost 2 o'clock and I haven't eaten today and I'm quite hungry. So let's go and do some of that. I can't turn you off. I'm holding you in a weird way, which means I can't turn you off properly. Good morning. It's Wednesday the 23rd. That's a bus, isn't it? I thought I would, I kind of knew that would happen. Oh, it is a bus. I thought so. I thought I would start vlogging and the entire world would be on a bus watching me. Hello. There isn't that many people on it. But yeah, it's the 23rd of July. It's a Wednesday. How are we all? I do hope everyone's doing alright today. As I'm sure you can notice, we're outside and like we're walking somewhere, and I don't actually have anywhere to go today. I don't have a reason to be out, but I'll tell you why I am. Because this is so narcissistic. Basically I had a shower and stuff, and then I did my hair, and I kind of went, actually, you know what, I look pretty good today, so I'm gonna go out. I was happy with my appearance today, so I decided I was gonna go out and show it off. That is narcissistic, isn't it? That is the word I'm after. Self-indulgent, vain, I guess, are also good substitutes. So what have we been up to? Not a whole lot. It's like I said to you yesterday, I just took Emma to work, but that was pretty much my day yesterday. Recorded another couple of videos, and it's been pretty much it. as I showed off in the last, was it last? In one of the last Netrock episodes I uploaded, we have an Attack of the B Team server. Oh, it stinks. We have an Attack of the B Team server, and I never went on it really, because I found it very confusing and I struggled to get into it, to understand it. But now I've started, I'm actually quite enjoying it. I haven't really done anything major. I've just been digging, and oh my god, the resources! You could go from surface level to bedrock by digging nothing but resources. They are just so abundant, and there are so many of them as well. And it's getting to be quite good fun. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really done anything. I've begun working on my base, but that's kind of about it. I'm not planning on doing a video series on it yet. Like I say, I'm going to finish Plants vs Zombies, then I'm going to take my break for a little while, rebirth myself. That sounds horrible. And then we'll see what we're going to do when we get back. But I just thought I'd let you know about that anyway. What else is there? We've kind of already touched on it. Let's talk a moment about driving, because while I was learning, I was adamant that I was going to pass, and that was kind of going to be it. I wasn't really going to use it, for the simple reason that I don't really have anywhere that I need to go, that I need to drive to. Taylor's is about an hour walk away, which is fine. Work is about a 40-minute walk. The only place, like the high street, is 20 minutes. The only place really I would need to drive to is Jay's, and I haven't done that yet, but we're going to get there, because that's motorways and stuff, and you know, I think I'm pretty much there. I think I could probably do it. You know, I can do dual carriageways and stuff, it can't be that much different. So that's kind of it, and I thought, you know what, once I passed, it's not going to change. I'm still going to walk to work, still going to walk to Taylor's, still going to walk to the high street. Is that how it's been? No! I've driven to work all the time, I've driven to Taylor's every time I've had to go there. Obviously I'm walking to the high street now, but that's because this is a short thing. To be fair, I will still walk into the high street, because that is ridiculous, having to drive like not even a mile, really. That's no use. So I'll always walk into the high street, really. But yeah, I kind of went back on myself a bit, but I guess that's kind of what's going to happen anyway. I think that would always be the case. You would always go, I'm not going to drive everywhere, I'm going to be good at not driving everywhere. Then you realise how much of a convenience it is, and then everything changes. But it is good fun. That's the other thing about it as well. I was very kind of, you know, while I was learning, I wasn't really that keen on it. I mean, I only started learning because my dad bought me the lessons. If I was left to my own devices, I probably would have never started. I'd probably be starting now. Now I need to be able to do it. But my dad just kind of walked into the kitchen one day and said, right, bought you a couple of driving lessons, your first one's on Tuesday. Oh, right, okay. And then that was it, and then I was kind of in and going for that from there. So I wasn't very kind of fussed about learning, and while I was learning, I struggled a lot. You know, sometimes it was one step forward, 3 steps back, and I got very demotivated with it every now and then. Just because I never really felt like I was making much progress, but ultimately that sorted itself out, and now I can do things of my own volition. It's a lot of fun. Which is great, but also kind of annoying because I hate being proved wrong, and that's exactly what I've been. And everyone's saying, oh, don't worry, once you've passed it'll be so much fun. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. It is. What I'm quite shocked at is that I haven't had any instances of like mega road rage yet, because I'm quite an angry person, and I don't suffer fools, really. If that sounds bad, but if generally speaking, if people are gonna be idiots, I haven't got much time for them. There's it's just the way things are, really. I like to be efficient and get things done, and if there are people being idiots, then there's a problem. Especially whilst driving. You know, don't get me wrong, I've had a couple of people who have been idiots and who have made me kind of tut. God's sake. But I haven't screamed like from inside my car yet, which I'm quite surprised at. I thought I'd be like, you know, really agitated really easily. I'd be shouting and swearing, not at them, you know, have my windows rolled up and just be shouting to myself. But that's not happened so far, which is good. You know, that's kind of the way it should be. But, you know, I think there's still plenty of time left. I did have one person who I nearly ran over, but let me add context. So I was driving down the road, and he was one of the stupid pedestrians who kind of crosses where there isn't a crossing, and just kind of waits in the middle of the road before carrying on. And he was kind of crossing the road, and I was kind of slowing down anyway because I wasn't sure what he was going to do, and then he kind of stopped in the middle of the road. I thought, okay, fine. So then I started moving and he went to cross in front of me. I was like, no, what are you doing? And what was even more infuriating was there was a crossing just a little bit further down. I mean, I was a pedestrian for a long time, but I will never understand behaviour like that. Never. That was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yesterday as well, I also filled up my car for the second time since I've owned it. And what tends to happen, I feel like this is a universal game that's played, is when you go to fill up your car, you have to stop it on a whole number for the price, if that makes sense. So £10, £20, 50, whatever. That's the game you play. You kind of stand there easing it, you know, full blast for the first £18, and then you kind of ease off the trigger. 19, slowly. And I always aim for 20 quid. And the first time I did it, £20, 1p. Do you want to know what I got yesterday? £20, 1p. How infuriating. Fortunately, I mean, I don't think this technically counts as a win, but fortunately they were selling cans of Monster in there for £1.59. So ultimately, 21.60. It's kind of a round number. It ends in a 0, at least. I don't think it counts properly though. I think it might be half a point rather than a full point, really. But I think that concludes everything on driving and stuff, really. I think you kind of caught up on that. To Liam and Beth. Thank you for the lovely compliment. My teeth are quite nice. You're right, I am quite proud of my teeth, even though I'm covering them up just there. But thank you. I like my teeth. That's not often a compliment I get. In fact, actually, there's me saying I don't often get it. That's the second time this year that someone's given me that compliment. The first one was well, we know about that. It was a big black man who said I have nice teeth. But yeah, no, thank you. It means a lot, but no, you can't have them. I mean, it doesn't matter what set you want. You know, if Beth wants the top ones, if Beth wants the bottom ones, Liam wants the top ones. But no, it doesn't matter which set you want. You can't have them. what I could do, if you guys would pay for it, is I could get you like a set of dentures moulded on my teeth, and you could have a set each. That's very weird. I won't do that. Good morning to you too. I can't remember if I've spoken about this fella before. Basically, sometimes when I'm out walking, my paths cross with this this guy who I used to work with when I was delivering newspapers all those years ago. There was this fellow who I used to work with, and you know, friends. And I see him every so often now, and you know, he catches me up on how he's doing and things like that. But he talks to me like I know his entire history. It's really bizarre. Like, I just ran into him, and he said, "Oh, how are you?" So, I'm good. How are you? And he went, "Yes, it's good. As long as I take it easy, everything should be fine." Fortunately, it was a hernia, not a cancer, which is great news. But I thought, oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that he was in any sort of discomfort, let alone that it could have been as serious as a cancer. But good, at least it wasn't. He was saying, as long as I take it easy, I should be fine. I might have to give up the papers, but I've been doing it for a while, and saved up enough to keep myself busy for a couple of months afterwards. I was like, oh, good. But I didn't know that you was I didn't know you had a hernia. And you're talking to me like I knew you had a hernia, and like I was aware, and that I'd come to see you and stuff. It wasn't. We were just friends that you'd wish happy birthday to each other, but you wouldn't necessarily go around each other's house. That's the kind of thing it was. And he's like, "Oh, I've had this hernia." And it's like, oh, that's terrible, but at least that was all it was. Or, very bizarre. Reminds me of this other fella who I think still lives around here, called Claude, I think his name was. And he was a completely harmless fella, but he used to scare me as a child just because he would only ever say hello. Just hello, hi, hello. That was all it was. I think he did have learning difficulties, but when I was younger he definitely used to scare me, and obviously now he's just another man. But it's just odd. I like remembering things, and I like how memory jumps from one place to another just randomly like that. It's quite cool. This is nice, man. This is like I'm glad I went out today. This has been good. It's been a decent morning. I've come out. It's been a great day. Done quite a lot of vlogging, actually. Seeing people, memories, and all the usual things that happen when I go out for a walk, come to think of it. And here's how good of a person I am to you, right? I bought a can of Red Bull, right? So that I can show you something a little bit later. And you might be thinking, why does that matter? Because I hate Red Bull, so I've bought a can of Red Bull for you guys. So I hope you're thankful. Well, at least hopefully when you see this cool little trick, you'll be thankful. Because I only learned about it, I think a week ago, maybe 2 weeks, and I've just never kind of picked up a can of Red Bull to try it. I tried one at work, and it seemed to work, but I didn't want to be too kind of boisterous about it, because if it went wrong, I'd have to pay for it. And the thing, although cans of Red Bull are expensive for what they are, they're only small cans, they're a lot cheaper in supermarkets than they are in pubs. I will tell you that much. But so is everything you buy is price hiked, isn't it? So that every step of the chain of getting that product from manufacturing to you It's all geared so that every chain can make a bit of profit. Every link in the chain can make a bit of money. So, you know, that's the only reason why when you go to buy something and you go, how much? It's because that way everyone wins. Except you, obviously, as a consumer. As consumers, we lose because corporations are gaining. I'm actually a very sceptical person, aren't I? Actually, hearing myself out loud sometimes. I think it when I'm editing. I hear myself say something and I go, I am very cynical, very sceptical about a lot of things that I should be positive about. And that's not very good. That's just not good at all. But that's the way I am. There was this program on BBC Three called The Revolution Will Be Televised, and it's basically a TV show that's it's a hidden camera show that sort of plays pranks on politicians and corporations and things like that. Like sort of, a very bad example, but they would like go and stand outside a Starbucks or something and be collecting for the Starbucks charity so that they can continue to avoid paying their taxes and things like that. So they would target all these big corporations, all these crooked politicians and stuff, and basically shove it back in their face. The one thing I'll always remember is they went to Nick Clegg's house. For those of you not up on English politics, Nick Clegg is the Deputy Prime Minister and Chief Beating Boy of the English government. And when he was running his election campaign, he made a load of promises, and then when it emerged that England was going to be led by a Conservative and Liberal Democrat coalition, he said, I will stay good on these promises, I will put them to the Conservatives, because they were in charge somehow. I will put them to the Tories and they will still get enacted. They didn't. So on this TV show, the hosts kind of drove this van up and they had the word promises in the back of the van, and they bought it out in like 4 separate bits, and they took it to Nick Clegg's house and said, we're just here, we've come to deliver return these broken promises. And I thought, that's actually quite cool. That's a good little metaphor. And it's programs like that that have caused me to be cynical of virtually everything and everyone who I don't already know or engage with. There you go. Enjoy that. Okay. Pardon my toplessness, by the way. It's very warm. I've just taken my sister to work. So now I'm going to show you the Red Bull trick. Now, it's a can of Red Bull, unopened. This would be a really bad time for it to not work. So basically, we open it, as you can see, and that is most definitely open. Okay, so I'll just stress at this point that this only works with the small Red Bull cans. Supposedly it only works with the small Red Bull cans, due to the way that Red Bull cans are engineered. So don't go trying this with any old canned drink, because I don't think it will work. So if I just put you down there, hopefully you'll stay positioned. So the theory is, if I just make sure, look at that, okay, right way up. The theory is, if you turn it upside down, like that, you get a few dribbles come out, like that, but then you should be able to take your thumb away like that. And it stays suspended in the can. That is remarkable. Look at that, see, it's still upside down in that, and you can see on the top there, look, it's not a, it's the right way up. Look at that. That is science in the making, and confident as I am that this will stay where it is. Look at that. I will even show you the secret and put you under there a little bit, but not too much so you don't get Red Bull on you. Look at that though, that's pretty cool, right? I can't wait to see what this looks like, because I can't really see it from my point of view. But there we go. That is how you suspend a Red Bull in its can. So for those of you who couldn't see, here's the secret. You just need to pin the ring pull of the Red Bull underneath the hole, and it stays in the can, and then as you can see it's not a fake can or anything, it does still come out. I thought that was a pretty cool trick, to be honest. I'm quite a fan of that. That is science in action. So well done, Red Bull. Like I say, it's because of the way Red Bull designed their cans. You know, they're a skinnier can. The hole on top is just the right size for that, for the ring pull. You can try it with other cans, but they're not engineered in the same way, so it probably won't work. But there we go. Cheers, I guess, because it seems a shame to waste it. Ugh. The plan for the rest of the day is I'm going to play some drums for an hour, and then I've got to go and pick my sister up from work a bit later. The joys of having a car. But I'll see you probably tomorrow. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye bye. Hello everyone, how are we doing? It's Thursday, the 24th of July, and I hope everyone is doing alright today, because I'm doing just fine. My hand really hurts, and that ties into today's top tip, which is in these warm months, of course, it's now summer, and the ambient temperature is slightly more than what it normally is, and than what a lot of us are comfortable with. It's very important that you make sure you drink a lot of water. It's very important that you stay hydrated. I know this all too well. I try and I mean, you know, I carry around my big 2-litre bottle of water. I try and get 2 litres of water down me a day, because that's what you're supposed to do. Oh my god, my hand's really hurting. Oh, I need to find a different way to hold that. But now my hand's going to hurt even more. Oh, this is not going to go well. But basically, yes, it's important to drink a lot of water. And one thing that can help in these hot conditions is having cold water at your beck and call. So what I would advise is get yourself a bottle of water, chuck it in the freezer. It's a damn good little trick, and it keeps your water nice and cold, and it will last for ages as well. Just make sure that you carry it in a plastic bag, otherwise your hand starts hurting like what mine is now. But I would thoroughly advise it. It's very good. It's something that we used to do in secondary school, and something that I haven't done for a while, and now I'm beginning to realise why I haven't done it for a while. Because it makes your hand hurt, because it's so cold. It is damn refreshing though, just having water that cold. I mean, look at the bottle, look at it covered in condensation. You can like hear and see little ice crystals and stuff in there. The best way to do it is to chuck it in the freezer overnight, and then it will just be a slab of ice in the morning, and it'll be great. Mine's only been in there for like an hour or so. It's done quite well, but it's damn good on a day like this. You may have noticed that there doesn't seem to be that much traffic going up and down this road, a lot less than normal. That's because, I mean, you can see all the roadworks there behind me. From what I can tell, basically the floor fell in. The road just kind of caved in on itself. So the road's been closed for a good couple of weeks now, and is due to be closed for a good couple more while they fix it, which is alright. It means there's a bit less traffic going up and down, which is welcome. It does make getting out of the house a little bit of an issue, because everyone parks all up and down the road, so they don't have to pay to park at the station. So now there's even more cars parked up and down the road that you have to try and negotiate. But, you know, it's not too bad. Also means I have to take a huge diversion if I drive into work. We are on the way to work right now, and you might have noticed I'm not in the car. Excuse me, I'm walking. I thought, excuse me, I didn't think that. I thought it's a really nice day out, and I may as well walk, you know, like I think I said to you. While I was learning to drive. I didn't want to get to a point where I was dependent upon being able to drive. So just going out and walking to places every now and then is actually kind of useful. And you know, what a better day to go out and do it. So that's what we're going to do, and should be there in plenty of time. I think the only downside is that I didn't realise how warm it was out, which means that walking up the giant hill is going to be a pain. But I'm sure it'll be alright. I'll just turn up to work looking all kind of hot and bedraggled, like. But that's alright. If I don't turn up to work looking like that, I sure as hell finish work looking like that half the time. So it really don't matter. I haven't really done anything else with my day, to be honest with you. A couple of weeks ago, I can't remember if I told you or not, I applied for a job working with like touring crews and stuff, touring production crews, technical crews, that sort of thing, doing roadieing, lighting, sound and all that sort of thing, on live music performances and things like that. But yeah, anyway, I applied for the job, and I applied for the job 2 weeks ago, and they sent me the application forms, which I had to print off and then send to them by post. And I posted it a week ago, so I thought, well, it's been a week, I'll ask them if they've got it. So I sent them an email saying, you know, have you got it? And, you know, did I do it? And she got back to me saying, unfortunately no, because they're not looking to recruit anyone in London, which is a bit of a shame, because they're recruiting everywhere else. They're recruiting in like Plymouth, Brighton, Bournemouth, Cardiff, Belfast, I think. You know, it seems like a lot of places apart from London, which is a real kick in the teeth. But it's by no means bad news, because she also recommended me a couple of other companies to go and speak to as well, which is really great actually. I think a lot of employers should do that. If you employ to somewhere, or sorry, apply for somewhere and you're not successful, they go, but if this is what you're interested in, you might want to look at doing something like this, going to this company instead. They might be able to help you. That's really cool. I'm really glad she did that, because when I've been turned down for jobs before, I've normally been really kind of like quite dejected about it. But the fact that she was actually kind of like, you know, sorry, we can't offer you the post, however these guys might be able to help you, that was really good. That's good business smarts. That is good on her. So I've had a look at some of these other companies as well. What I did actually, right, here's a thing. We have, as I'm sure you know if you've been watching this channel a long time, over here in England we have Download Festival. I've been a couple of times. I think I vlogged both times. Or I don't know, I think I only vlogged one of them. The other one was on a channel that I deleted. But anyway, I've been twice, so I sent an email to Download Festival, just basically asking what company they use to do all of their technical sort of thing, so that then I can get in touch with them, because chances are if they're doing things like Download, they're going to be doing more things that are up my street. So they seem like the good people to get in with. So if I can find out who they actually are, then that'll be awesome. So fingers crossed. I'm also going to look at Sonosphere as well. That's a more European festival as well, but they kind of do a couple of shows in Europe and then one over here. So that might be worth looking into as well. I'll let you know how that goes. But that should keep you up to date for a little while. I am going to have bag sweat marks when I get to work. You know the ones I mean, like if you're wearing a rucksack like this, and when you take it off your shirt is stuck to your back and it's all damp. That's what I mean, that's what I'm going to get. Maybe even around the shoulder straps as well, that'll be fun when I have to put this shirt back on when I finish work, trying to slide back into it. Oh, it's going to be horrible. But I got my first dose of the car sweats as well the other day when I was taking my sister to work. The car sweats is where you're sat in the car driving, and again, similar sort of thing. You can feel all the sweat on your back. Then you get out and your shirt's stuck to you. That wasn't pleasant. So I've just walked past a pair of kids You may actually even still be able to see them right in the background. It's very odd. Right, I walked past them and they're like sort of stood together. I thought, what are they doing? And they had like a can of Red Bull, and I can only assume they were pouring alcohol into it. I mean, it looked like a bottle of tonic, actually, to be fair. But why would you bother? Apart from the fact that I think Red Bull and tonic water is probably actually quite disgusting. And then just go and pour some alcohol into a can of Red Bull. Why would you bother? I can think of many other interesting things to do with a can of Red Bull. It strikes me as a bit odd. Yeah, but there are a lot of things that strike me as a bit odd. But, you know, there you go. Are they even coming this way? I don't know. They might be going somewhere else. Probably off to a party or something, but... Yeah, you're in public. Just go for it. I don't condone it. Don't do it. Some places it's illegal to drink in public, so make sure you check your local laws before you do. But, you know, they're kind of being all subvert about it. And I thought, I'm not a police officer. You know, did all sorts of crazy things when I was their age, you know. I tried pulling push doors. It's very warm. I've done the big hill and feel very hot, which means I'm very grateful for the ice cold refreshment of a frozen tap water. But honestly, no, genuinely, you have no idea how helpful and good it feels. I love the UPS vans that drive around as well. I don't know if this is just where we are, but when they drive around, they will drive around with the doors open, which I think looks pretty cool. We had a bus driver who did that once. He was reckless, to say the least. To get to my secondary school, you had to go down a dual carriageway on a bus. So this bus was hitting up 50 miles an hour, and he would pelt down this dual carriageway with the doors open. Like, we're talking a bus that is full to bursting. Like, your normal capacity for a double-decker bus is about 60 people, including standing room, something like that. And this bus would be rammed. Like, we're talking about 100 kids on this bus, and he would just pelt down the dual carriageway at 50 miles an hour with the doors open. And it's like, what are you doing? People could die. He tipped the bus onto two wheels once. It's a freaking double-decker. If we hadn't all counteracted it, we'd have probably gone over. There's a huge roundabout on that dual carriageway, and you know, we was taking it a lot faster than you should take a roundabout, right? And he was just sat there, turning the steering wheel with his knees while he was rolling himself a cigarette. You think, Jesus, are you trying to kill us? I mean, but don't get me wrong, Jim's buses were very exciting, but good God, they don't half give you an appreciation for life after a ride on one of his buses. Oh my word, he was unsafe, but it was good fun nonetheless. I can't remember how I started talking about it. Jim. How did I get onto that? I don't really remember. Oh yeah, the UPS vans just driving around with their doors open. It's madness. But then again, they're not taking dual carriageway roundabouts at 50 miles an hour with a school bus load of kids on board. It's been a long time since we've done one of these. A nighttime walk home from work vlog clip thing. And it's not too bad. It doesn't feel so bad. It's a little bit colder than I thought it would be. I kind of realised halfway through my shift that actually it will probably be colder going home, and I was right. It's not as warm as it was getting to work, but I'm looking forward to the walk. It's been a while since we've done a nighttime walk, and excuse me, as I'm sure you know, I enjoy the nighttime walks. It's good. It lets me kind of focus a little bit and wind down after a night work. How was work? It went well. It was a good shift. Busy, pretty busy, but on the whole, you know, not too bad. And I think that's pretty much it, really. Tomorrow, no plans for tomorrow, but we are working in the evening, so it's actually really cold. And I haven't got a hoodie either. You know, it's just me and my arms. Yeah, working tomorrow night. And that brings us on to the weekend, which is going to be more of the same, really. But yeah, I think that's probably going to wrap us up for now, unless anything else happens on the way home. Do you know what? Someone pointed this out to me, I can't remember who it was, but I've got, like, if you look at it, I've got, like, quite defined, like, sort of these bones, kind of like along here. Can't remember what they're called now, but they're quite defined, aren't they? It's quite nice. I quite like it anyway. I look in the mirror and I can see it, like the bones along here. I want to call them the shoulder blades, but it's not those. It's good. I think anyway. I quite like it. Kind of goes with my sort of less skinny appearance, you know. There's a key attached to this lamppost. I don't know what it's for, so I shall leave it there. I found a key in a garden once, and I just sort of picked it up and took it. It looked like it had been there for a while, you know, it was getting a bit rusty. But obviously I had no idea what it opened. It's kind of exciting, really. I got given a key while I was at uni as well. One of my classmates, he gave me a key in the first year, and he said, here's his key, but I'm not going to tell you what it opens, and it's going to drive you mad. Suffice to say, when I got home that day, I put the key down in my room and haven't really thought about it again until just now. So, sorry, but I did argue to you at the time. I'm not going to be bothered what it opens. It's at home in my room, and like I say, I haven't given it a second thought other than just now. So it's interesting. I mean, we got loads of bunches of keys at home, for various doors, for sheds and things like that. But I wouldn't mind betting if we rummaged through all of the keys that we have, there'd be loads that we'd go, actually I don't even know what this is for. And I bet there's a lot of people out there who are the same. You know, just hanging on to things. I've got clothes that I hang on to that I don't wear anymore. I saw this great idea for what you could do if you like hang all your clothes on hangers, and then like in your wardrobe hang them so that like the hook is facing out towards the door, and then when you wear an item of clothing, you know, put it back on the hanger and then turn it so that the hook faces the back of your wardrobe, and then after a year, whichever hooks are still facing you when you open the wardrobe, you know you can chuck those clothes because you haven't worn them in a year. Which I think, you know, that's quite a cool little idea. But I know for a fact, if I tried to do that, it would get to a point where I would see some of them still with the hook facing towards me, and I'd go, oh, can't be having that, I should probably wear some of those. And it would be unfair and polluted test result. So, you know, you have to have a good amount of self-discipline, I think, to be able to do that. And I don't think I have the required level, so I won't be doing that. Anyway, waffled on for long enough. I'm gonna focus a bit on getting home so that I can warm up a little bit. My arms are getting cold, and this is only a thin shirt as well, and as I'm sure you can see, there's a little bit of exposed cleavage for a male of my breast size. They're kind of normal male pecs, really. It's got very weird very quickly, didn't it? I'll see you later. Bye! How are you doing? It's Friday the 25th of July, I think. Yesterday was the 24th, and I'm sure today's the 25th, but I can't actually remember. Hope everyone's doing alright. I've just taken my sister to work. And now I'm just going to do nothing with the rest of my day. I'm going to have some lunch, maybe make some videos, and then we're going to go to work later on tonight. And it's as simple as that. We've just had a huge downpour, thunder and lightning and all sorts. And now the world smells clean and fresh again. You know, when it's been really hot for so long and it just kind of, it's really musty, and you can kind of feel that the air is... Do you want to come down a bit? Thank you. You can kind of feel that the air is like really thick and stuff. Now it's rained and it's suddenly a lot fresher. It's very warm in the house, actually. Oh, the other bit of news, I can't remember if I mentioned or not, but a couple of months ago, I think now, I signed up to be a blood donor. And I finally got my "hey there, welcome to being a blood donor" kind of welcome pack sort of thing. That finally came through today, so I was kind of flicking through that, and soon, I'm sure, that's something we'll be able to look into. But there's a couple of forms and things I need to fill out first, and I'm going to sit with Mum and Dad and sort some of those things out, because there are things that I'm not too sure of on there. For example, one of the things on there says you can't actually give blood if you have received a transfusion since the 1st of January 1980, which is over 30 years ago now. I was born in 92. And when I had my appendix taken out, this is when I need to find out about, because obviously I was unconscious, and I didn't go for a standard appendectomy because my appendix had grown to a really considerable size, to the point where it was pretty much ready to explode. So I had to do a much bigger operation, a much more serious operation. So I need to find out from Mum if I had a blood transfusion during that operation, because it was a very serious operation. Direct quote from the anaesthetist: "He's a very lucky boy." So that's good to know. So I need to find out, and then I'll probably take that along anyway. If I go down and they say no, then, you know, what can I do? But yeah, that's where we're at. I'll probably see you a bit later. So, just driven into work. It's still the Friday. Hopefully it'll be a good night. Feeling a bit tired. Had a nap earlier, but we'll see how it goes. That's going to be the end of this vlog for today, and indeed this week. I'll probably see you tomorrow. We're working again tomorrow night, but during the day I don't think I have any plans as yet, but we shall see. So until tomorrow, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.